Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I'm glad to see you guys are all watching because I think today we're going to be covering something rather important, which is talking about selling all your XRP, or literally selling all your coins. And funny enough, we are giving away some XRP. Not even talking about selling, I'm talking about giving away some XRP first. Make sure you press the like button because at 1,500 likes, I am giving away personally 250 XRP. And all you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And let's quickly dive into it. Sold all XRP. I sold all my XRP today. It's been a fun ride, guys. Time to bet on some other beauties held for 3 years plus. That was 2 days ago, and it definitely brought up quite a lot of controversy, as you can already see from the 280 comments that it got over on Reddit. So let's quickly dive in. Cosmic said this will not age well. And the fun thing about this is, I don't know if you guys have been on Reddit ever before. If you check on here though, you'll see, and the same kind of thing goes for Twitter as well. If you go to like these 2011, 12, 13 Bitcoin subreddits or crypto subreddits, there's a lot of people who said, man, I am finally getting out of Bitcoin at $12, at $6. Man, I'm thinking about selling my crypto at $100. Oh, what should I do? Oh man, I bought already too high at $25. Should I sell now? Trust me, if you just scroll through it a little bit, you'll see so many stories like that one. And a lot of us feel as if this story right here is going to be another one. However, he did say time to bet on some other beauties, which might mean he's going to go for some other crypto out there. Maybe he's going to go for XLM. Who really knows? Maybe he's going to go for one of the other cryptos that we like. I don't know. And maybe he has the best horse out there, maybe he has something that can make him even more money. All luck to him. I'm not saying, he's at a loss. The thing is, though, I do kind of feel as if this is something which you really shouldn't post online because you're going to look like a jackass in a couple of days. Let's take a little bit of a look here. So all these guys are saying remind me, right? And the main reason people are doing this remind me type of stuff is because, as I said before, a lot of people have done this for those things in Bitcoin as well, right? A couple of years ago. And now, it kind of turns out that all those guys that were talking about selling and sold their crypto, yeah, they're hating themselves. And I really hope that, look at all these guys all saying remind me, because they know a couple years from now, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to really, really hate yourself if you get rid of crypto altogether. Look at all these comments, right? Look at all. And I'm also on par with this one. I'm buying more. As I said before, I'm buying more every single day. I don't really care. The operator, the guy who posted says, it's going to crash. You'll get there. Earnings said definitely will crash short term post airdrop. You may end up rebuying your position if it gets low enough. And he said, yep, more for less. So again, end of all, it's not like he's an XRP bear, right? It's not like he's against XRP, so no hate towards him whatsoever. Even if it was a hater, no hate towards him. He may do whatever he wants. But he just thinks, all right, I should sell all my XRP because I've held for 3 years and it's not doing me justice. I'm going to let go and then either buy some back or buy some other beauties to give them a chance. And I just cannot fathom why he would go for such a risk, personally. Maybe if you were to sell some XRP for some other crypto, hey, completely fine. I think that's a very well thought out financial decision. But selling all your XRP, especially if you've held for 3 years, I cannot bear the thought that must be going through your head. You're a certain individual. So here's a good example. Pompliano just posted on Twitter, many people never believed Bitcoin would hit $1, then they didn't believe $10, then they didn't believe $100, then they didn't believe $1,000, then they didn't believe $10,000, and now they are refusing to believe $100,000. And the same thing can be said for XRP. At first they doubted 1 cent, then they doubted 10 cents, then they doubted $1, then they doubted, let's say, $10, and so forth and so on. We have a long way to go. All right, and I think you should maybe, with your predictions of XRP, put it down a notch if you kind of compare it to Bitcoin's amount of coins outstanding. So, for example, if you were to put in here just 1 cent, 10 cents, $1, $10, and maybe $100 as an end goal, for example. It's already relatively high, but it's maybe a little bit better to be on par with everything. I mean, yeah, if you put in 1 cent, that actually works out, I think. I think that works out in terms of market cap. with Bitcoins is, I think that works out pretty well. So yeah, I think that's going to be fine. It's a little bit bigger, but I don't really think it matters. Because if it's $100 here, even if we divide it by 5, we go for 20 to even more line up with Bitcoin, $20 is still a kind of on the same level as with Bitcoin at 100,000, right? It's even, no, never mind. With XRP, it's times, whoa. It's actually, wow. Well, I actually didn't really notice. So for XRP to go to that high of a standard, this area, it has way more to go. Point is, again, XRP has way more gains to go to another high-ish level that we were sometimes talking about. That's the point. Now, by the way, if you're from the US, make sure you check out Webull. A link is down below. And I keep recommending this because you can get a couple $1,000 for free, literally, by just making an account and depositing $100. You may not, but you may. And I think that's worth the risk because, I mean, the thing you can do with your money there is just buy some stocks and buy some crypto. So why not, right? And again, they're having a sale, or what is it now? Like a sign-up bonus or whatever. I think it's something along those lines where if you deposit $100 right now before the end of the year, you'll get those 4 stocks for free between $2,000 and $3,000 in total, or between $4,000 and $3,000 in total. Who knows? Who cares? It's free money. So check it out. Link down below. I personally recommend it. By the way, not your financial advisor. I've checked the website out and everything looks good. They have a great support, but I've only heard this from YouTubers as well. So I cannot verify everything from the website, just like how I cannot verify that Binance will never go away, for example, or Coinbase even. But as I've said before, it's been vouched for by a lot of big multi-million YouTubers, multi-million follower YouTubers. So that's where I got it from, and I like it a lot. It's a pretty cool platform. Then another thing I sometimes see people talking about is not really on the end of should I sell my crypto, but more so on the side of should I buy more crypto with freaking loans? And I gotta give you guys a fun story. I've actually done this, I believe, twice in my life where I bought more crypto with borrowed money. Now, why I did that, of course, is not really too much of your business. I'm not gonna get too deep into, my own personal finance like that. However, I can tell you guys that it's not that often a smart decision to go for. I'm gonna say 95 out of 100 times, maybe even 99 times out of 100 is not a smart idea unless you really know what you're doing or you really have a bigger plan coming up there. And for me, the bigger plan was, I can pay it. I just don't want to take it out of a different investment to go for. But let's see this case here, and let me explain why I see both sides of this. So somebody, and supposedly it's actually this guy somewhere down here, Peter McCormick, because he said that's me. He said, I took out a $46,250 loan today at 7.9%, I think, APR, and bought 2.55 Bitcoin. By 2026, I will have to pay back $57,806. In December 2026, if Bitcoin is at 22.6 thousand, I break even. Good or bad decision? And I really don't know what to say about this one, right? Because only $11,000 more in 6 years is not that much. On a different level, it is $11,000 that you're in debt then if things don't work well. I'm actually saying 11,000, but it's actually 57,000 if things really don't work out well. Because he bought himself 2.5 Bitcoins, which is nice. It's a lot of money, especially if you go to 100,000 per Bitcoin. That's amazing then. But if we go down to zero for a little while, for a couple of years, that's pretty damn crazy, right? But again, that kind of comes up that good or bad decision type of question because, well, within now and 6 years, the chance of Bitcoin going above 22,000, right now it's above, let's say, 21,000, you're in deep profits already. And the chance of that happening between now and 6 years is unimaginably high. So from that perspective, it's a very, very well thought out decision. Because, well, you're kind of betting on Bitcoin going above all-time high between now and 6 years, which, again, I see the probability like 95, maybe even higher, 99, let's say 98%. On the contrary, you're making a very, very poor financial decision because even though you may be able to risk that 11,000, that's not that bad. If Bitcoin stays stagnant where it is right now, that's not a big problem, 8% a year on that. But if you have to pay the whole amount back, so that is $60,000, that is difficult. That is definitely an oof type of moment if you have to do that. And now somebody asked him, which bank, how did you do this? Please share details as I've been trying to do this for weeks. And he said, then again, can't say as I lied about what the funds are for. It just depends on who you know, right? If you don't know anybody, you got to do it from a bank, and you got to get this 7.9%, which is not that crazy, by the way. Some might even only do it for 10.4 or something along those lines. Yeah, the best excuse I'm gonna say is you either gotta take out money for a car where you're not gonna be able to put out 46,000, or you're gonna have to take out something on your mortgage where you can of course get a lower than 7.9% rate. That might be your best option. But then again, you're also risking the biscuit there because you may have bought your house with your wife or your husband, I should say. Then maybe, I don't know. And there's bigger things that attach there. And I always feel like, if you really don't know about just taking money out to loan it or to borrow it and then pay it back, you're not really kind of certain about your possibilities. I don't really recommend to do that unless, for example, you want to loan money to start a business. And some might see buying crypto as a business because, well, you're investing into something heavily. You kind of feel like an investment company yourself. And yeah, it's still a bet. Maybe it's even a smaller bet than starting your own company is. And I can really agree with that one. So that's why I'm saying it's not necessarily bad. And Vitalik said, never do this. He said, please do not do these things. I would never recommend anybody to take out a personal loan to buy Ethereum or any other Ethereum asset, which, again, we can agree with. You should never recommend somebody to do it. I would never in my life recommend anybody to take out a loan to buy something. However, I cannot say that doing it is a bad choice. I can just not say that it's a good choice. It's definitely not a good choice for 99% of the people out there. But it can sometimes not be a bad choice. Adam Back says here, yes, but that's Bitcoin, not shitcoin. And I laughed too long about that one. I thought about it as well. I would go for XRP then if I had to kind of pick one. But everybody has their own opinion about that. He's talking about Bitcoin. That's the one he likes the most. And Shill Gates says, because you're a millionaire, bro. For us average Joes, it's worth the risk. And I kind of feel more edge towards him where, yeah, I can understand why some people want to take this risk. If you can only buy $10, $100, maybe even $500 worth of crypto, and you really are wanting to expose yourself more because you trust the game, that you are thinking about loaning something. But once more, guys, if you're thinking about it, do not do it because it's such a high risk, and the reward is okay, but the risk is just killer. I really cannot recommend anybody to do it unless, once more, you've thought it out very well, you know exactly what you're doing, and you're into this game, and okay, if I have a $60,000 debt, I'll be fine. Because maybe you earn $400,000 a year. Maybe this is nothing to you. Maybe this is fine. Maybe this is two months worth of work. I don't know what your situation is. For some people, it can be fine, but for most, it will not. Vitalik also said, 7 years ago, before Ethereum even began, I only had a few $1,000s of net worth. I nevertheless sold half my Bitcoin to make sure I would not be broke if Bitcoin went to zero, which is something I kind of agree with and kind of disagree with completely. Like, if you were to sell half your crypto once it hits all-time high, you really don't have much to go for. And I mean, that is if you're going to build something. Like, if you're selling out or you're cashing out to start something new, sure, do it. All right. There's a lot of people I know that have sold their crypto, especially early Bitcoin holders from like 2011 and so stuff like that, who have sold a lot of their Bitcoin to start some new business ventures. Who are now really huge multimillionaires, or even getting close to the hundreds of millions of dollars because of their decision back then, maybe like 7 years ago or so, of selling some Bitcoin. However, if you just want to cash out to be kind of certain, and you just want to cash some money out because it may be very well so that you've cashed out now, for example, at 20,000, and we're going to go to 250,000, and half the money you cashed out right now is really peanuts in comparison to where we were at in 10 years, right, or a couple of years. And the same thing kind of is going on for XRP. If you're going to sell out now at 50 cents, what if you go to $50 per coin, right? You're going to feel like a freaking jackass, and you kind of feel this type of vibe right here, even this type of vibe where everybody warned you not to sell. And I kind of always have that in the back of my head. Hence, I have that Dusty BC tracking sheet. Again, it kind of feels like I'm plugging myself, but that's not the thing, all right? You don't have to buy anything because this thing, by the way, is just, or people just have access to it if they are a channel member. That's why people always say, oh, you're just trying to sell this thing because it's $5 to become a channel member. No, I'm not. You can literally just make it yourself if you want to. I'm just showing what I give if you are a channel member. This is just for free in the community tab then. The thing is, I recommend people to use this type of stuff to make sure you have all your cash outs already set in place so you don't make mistakes like this, and so you don't go crazy and sell out half of your money too soon. If you plan to cash out half of your money all the way towards $1 per XRP because, well, you bought at 20 cents and this is the way you want to go. You want to 5x your money in total. Do your thing, all right? If you think that's the best way to go right on ahead. But make sure you plan it out properly and make sure you don't regret it in the future. Even if we go back down, you got to kind of prepare for that, where you either have new buys in place or you at least cash some out at a point which you like. But if you go cash out everything, I don't know, I kind of just feel like you're going to hurt yourself more than you're going to gain. Because another good example is if I were to, for example, cash out right now, let's say $3,000, I were to cash it all out, some of your portfolio, would I then really be happy? Would it change anything in my life? I'm going to say no. All right, I'm just going to have $3,000. I'm going to do nothing with that. It's going to stay in my bank. So why would I then go for such a decision? It would just be very, very stupid of me to do something like that. Hence, I'm always saying just do it if you think it's going to be worth it. Definitely think it's going to be worth it. And last but not least, I don't want to show this one for too long because, this website here doesn't like it too much. But you can see the title already here. There's now more crypto added to pay on those, service websites. XRP, however, is still not in that list, which I found interesting. But yeah, that was it for today. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you learned about not selling your crypto or maybe selling it all because it's worth the risk. Whatever, you do you. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very juicy and nice day.